What is the most hurtful thing someone said to you? Once after a fight my mom told me, I know you want me to die so you and your father can live happily ever after. She's a very good mother in many respects, but she said a lot of things that, while she didn't mean them, still were very damaging to me and my sister. I remember my mom getting mad at me once and saying no, I don't like you, and as a matter of fact I don't even love you. It kinda hurt then, but these days when I'm missing her I just think about the time she said that. She told me within the past couple of years that she hates me and then said she could say it because I said it to her before. I was like, what? She said, yeah, when I whipped you then you were 5 years old you said it to me. She's into the drugs bad and addiction has taken over her completely and her mental state is deteriorating at record speeds, but I show no mercy. I was in the same shit and I got out. My, now ex-wife told me after a few years into the marriage that I wasn't her type. Because of that, I don't think I'll ever have the desire to get married again. Your dead dad would be ashamed of you. Said by my ex-wife who openly admitted that it was her goal to hurt me. At least I have parents who are there for me. Where are yours? A bit ironic, but it was probably you're fine, you don't need any help, told by a therapist after I told her that I was suicidal and was struggling with self-harm. My daughters full-on attacked me verbally and went no contact. I never knew what the issue was and was heartbroken. I heard from parents of their friends how they were disparaging me. I was a pretty good parent with the usual flaws. I worked too much, was strict but not overly so, I made a lovely home, was available, listened to their woes and angst. Generally tried to do a decent job. Loved them to pieces. Paid for weddings which I worked a second job to afford. So when they came to our house together and berated me for all the things I missed, how horrible I was, how unfit I was as a parent and accused me of abuse, I was shocked, and heartbroken. I never abused them, I rarely missed anything that they were involved in and I always had their back. Needless to say they both went no contact. The cruelest thing said to me was by my closest friend of many years. I don't want to be involved. I felt so betrayed after holding her hand through all her issues. All I asked was an ear and a box of tissues. I was hit out in left field. Over the last 10 years my daughters have come around. Patience, kindness, and holding my feelings at bay went a long way. My friend gets very little from me. But oh, it hurt so badly to be dismissed when I truly needed a friend to hear me. You're such a disappointment, my mom a few months before she died. Nothing that someone said hurt too much to me. For me it always has been about not saying nothing at all. If I am talking to you and you just don't acknowledge my existence, then, yes, I will be fucked. But that's only with people like are close to me. Mostly I've had too many experiences like that with my father. To me that hurts the most. I was going to say something about my height or weight, but really, after reading about some of y'all's parents, I'm good. After years of trauma that my alcoholic mother bestowed upon me, she told me my childhood wasn't that bad and that others had it worse than me. I felt so invalidated and hurt. Nothing at all. Being ghosted/ignored/silent treatment is the most painful communication ever and speaks the loudest to your soul. I like you as a friend. Absolutely crushing. I'm your father. Then he cut off my fucking hand. He's kinda a dick. You know what? I typed it all out to post and realized how completely ridiculous it was. I'd have felt embarrassed letting even a bunch of strangers think that bothered me. And then it finally went away for me. So thanks, OP. My dad dying from COVID, my ex saying it could be worse. Stop crying. Yes. I left him. Someone said my smile looked weird. I've also heard others get criticized for their laugh. Asking someone to dampen their positive emotions when they are in a good mood seems poor form to me. I don't have one to add, just need to call my mom and tell her how much I love her for not being the way a lot of the moms in this thread are described as. This was not to me, but about me. One time in 5th grade, there was a free period and the homeroom teacher planned an activity in which we were paired up with someone and we had to write a compliment about them. The girl I got paired with was not excited to have me as a partner. Then the teacher went around checking if we had written something. She came to our desk and saw the girl's sheet was empty. She then told her to at least write something. The girl said, "There is nothing to compliment him about, he is ugly and weird." And the teacher said, "I know, just make something up." I think she thought I was out of earshot, but I heard it. The thing is that she had been my homeroom teacher for 2 years at that point and I liked her a lot back then. The girl came up with my handwriting being good, which it wasn't. It's been a long time, but it still hurts thinking that the few compliments I have got in my lifetime are not even genuine. It was in Hindi, but it was down the lines of, "How will you and your wife live with your brother? He's autistic." I said, well, could be worse. Could be an alcoholic. It was my aunt. Her husband died of ALD 2 years later. I felt bad in retrospect. But she had it coming. Nobody can mess with my bro except for me. I told my wife I love you. She replied yes. I know, with her back towards me. Like 15 minutes ago. At 11:30 p.m. tonight. Went to the doctors once because I thought I had BV, the female doctor insisted that it's super rare to get and wanted me to get tested. I did, but was obviously super uncomfortable. I was around 20 at the time. I was kinda shaking and scared and not really opening up my legs, and she said this is what got you here in the first place. It wasn't, I hadn't even been sleeping around. I was crying, I was humiliated. They even gave me medicine and a shot in my ass just in case, and I had no type of STD after testing. It probably isn't the most hurtful thing someone had said to me, but it definitely really affected me. It made me feel dirty and judged for caring about my health. I told my stepdad that it was a coincidence that I was abused by 2 stepfathers in my life, and he said, "What's the common denominator?" I only told you I loved you because that's what you wanted to hear. An ex-partner after years of saying it. It was needlessly cruel. A simple "I don't love you anymore" would have sufficed and not broken my trust in every single I ever received from anyone. Was everyone who said they loved me only telling me that because it sounded nice?